How we doing, everybody? I forgot. How am I supposed to enter this? Oh yeah, welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly. I'm Will. Oh man. 9 a.m. That's why I don't even schedule meetings at work at 9 a.m. But yeah, so today we are getting into Chapter 2, Arkham Horror. We did play Chapter 1, the first core box, over the last couple weeks. Now we're going to be doing the second core box because reasons, I guess. You know, you gotta strike while the iron is hot, as they say. But we are also supporting Extra Life this week. This is my oldest Extra Life shirt. I don't even know what year was this. This is my 2016 shirt. So this is a 10-year-old shirt. You need a lot of shirts if you're gonna be streaming all week for charity. So that is what we're doing today. We are streaming for Extra Life Charities Tabletop Appreciation Week. As a little something extra beyond the Culling for Charity, which we're doing all year long, culling out our games. You can make a donation and get some of those games. We are having some donation bundle giveaways where you'll be able to get a selection of about 5 games right now. Every $50 that we get donated this week, we'll add another game to the pool. So, of course, if you want to enter, think about enter, this is the week to do it so we can get those extra games added to the pool. With that said, we'll go ahead and flip over. I'm not going to really give a rundown of how Arkham Horror works because, like I said, I've done 3 other videos on this. We're just going to go ahead, start reading the flavor text, and start playing. So here we are. Hopefully we're set up for enough room because I do know we need to add some more locations. So things might have to shuffle a bit because I kind of can't mess with the camera so much. We are playing on easy. I think I have the bag set up for easy. We better double check. Because I do remember we had to add something to that bag. Although I was informed, I think on BGG, that something in here is not right. It talks about setting up the bag. When setting up future campaigns, your preferred difficulty setting will include a full list of what... Okay. Something I think set was incorrect. I think it was that picture was wrong. Here we go. Or maybe it's this is wrong. I don't know. Let's double check our bag. So we need a +1. +1. What else do we need? We need 2 +1s. 2 +1s. 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Good to go. 3 -1s. 1, 2, 3. Good to go. 2 -2s. 1, 2. 2 -2s. 2 skulls. Yep, good to go. 1 of the tablet thingies. 1 tablet thingy. 1 of the squiggly. No, I don't have that one. I have this one. This one. It says I need a squiggly thing. Yeah, I need a squiggly thing. I do not have the squiggly thing. I have this. All right, we gotta get a squiggly thing. Be right back. All right, let's get us a squiggly thingy. Squiggly thingy. Make sure. Oh, I dumped it all off. Where's the squiggly thingy? Boop. All right. Who's the investigators? Two-handed. Yes, we'll be two-handed. Arkham. There. Two-handed Arkham. If we were playing, I want to play something different because last time I played the blue and red, what is that? Seeker and Guardian. So this time I want to do something a little bit different. So we are playing the Magician and the Private Investigator. So the, what is he? What is this? The Mystic and I forget what the brown ones are called. Investigator? No, I don't know. All right, but that's what we're doing. All right, so I guess we'll read some flavor text. I guess we'll read about our characters. Dexter Drake. Yeah. It's too early in the morning, guys. I've barely taken a sip of my drink. I need some more caffeine, I think. There we go. That's better. Also need to get my phone up and running. A little thumbs up right there. Never hurts. Everybody thumbs up the video. Potentially inappropriate messages are being held for review. Oh. Show. Squiggly thing or jiggly thing. There we go. That's what was missing, David. For some reason, it did not like the statement of a squiggly or jiggly thing. Not sure why. It's kind of weird. All right, let's read about Mr. Drake here. After finding scraps of dangerous and mysterious Necronomicon, there we go, holy cow. While fighting in the Great War, Dexter Drake wasted no small effort in hunting down and translating more pages. At first, his goal was to keep the evil contained. However, Dexter's curiosity drove him to delve deeper into the profane text, tempted by the promise of true magic. Dexter is sure he has what it takes to decode the text. He proved his courage in the war and his resourcefulness on stage, but true magic comes with a cost. Will Dexter prove his mastery over the arcane, or will the arcane overpower him? So there we go. Yeah, you're playing off the channel. I know, it's weird. I don't know, squiggly isn't like a bad word, and jiggly is the channel's name, so it's very weird. Very weird. All right, then we're doing Mr. Joe Diamond. Now, I think both of these were in previous chapter, in chapter 1. I don't know, because I've not played through all the different campaigns from chapter 1. So I don't know their more backstory than just this, so. Joe Diamond has more experience with supernatural nonsense than most. He has developed a keen intuition and a knack for getting to the bottom of even the most uncanny occurrences, helped in no small part by his willingness to get his hands dirty. But in recent weeks, even Joe has been hard-pressed to stay on top of his work. His desk is flooded with photos of grisly murders and reports of disappearances. People from all walks of life vanishing without a trace. Joe isn't sure how each of these events is connected, but he's not about to let the case go cold. So that is Mr. Diamond. So we got 5, 2, 2, 3. We got 2, 4, 4, 2. So I guess a good mix. Our ability, after you play an asset, either return another non-story asset you control to your hand, or play a different asset from your hand, paying its cost. Limited once per round. Okay, so he can disappear. I think magic, so he can take things back and forth. This little star effect, +1, and return a non-story asset to your location, at your location to its owner's hand. Okay, so he can give Joe an asset back. Do these investigators have complementary skills? I have no idea. I was like, I wanted to play as 2 different classes, so these were the 2 I picked. Like, I know I haven't played anything, I think, Mystic, because Wendy was a Seeker. She was red and green. And then, who was the other one I played? The cop from the first one. So he was blue and... I think he was blue and yellow. So he's going to be the closest to what I played last time, except for he's got more of the yellow tan in it. His ability, after you successfully investigate, draw 1 card. That's good. And then effect +1. If you succeed, draw 1 card and gain 1 resource. So that works out. That seems pretty good. All right, now we got to read our story. So we are doing scenario 1, Spreading Flame. Strange things are afoot in the city of Arkham. A recent spate. I love when they use a word that even I don't know. I mean, I'm not a polyglot. And I don't know a lot of words, but I know some words, and spate is not one of them. Spat, maybe, but even that doesn't seem right. Of fires and grisly accidents have the entire city on edge. While the Arkham Advertiser, guessing that's the news, has offered a few flimsy explanations, you and your associates are not so sure. Robed figures have been sighted near these odd happenings, and your mutual friend is convinced they are to blame. You agree to meet your friend's dormitory at Miskatonic University to try to get to the bottom of things. However, when you arrive, your friend's room is empty, and the dormitories are strangely quiet. Oh, we forgot to read the whole glorious rebirth. Do we need to read that too? Are we reading everything? Sure, why not? Stop. This is not a rulebook. Yeah, so. Arkham has always been a little strange. It seems like every time you read the news, there's a fresh report of some gruesome murders or sudden disappearance. A battered corpse in the waterfront district, a missing police officer in the French Hill, a bloody sigil drawn in the alley behind Velma's diner. The city has its share of crackpots and conspiracy theorists, sure, but even the most level-headed observer can't ignore the facts. There's something wrong with this city. However, most folks in Arkham don't like to dwell on the bad. In the wake of the flood 6 months ago, the city is building itself back together, stronger than ever, with the new money pouring in from outside investors. They say everything's in the up and up, and it sure looks like it. But you know there's always something more to the story. Whatever lies ahead, you don't have to face it alone. There are others like you who have encountered similar horrors, who won't settle for easy explanations or comforting distractions. They too know that something in this city's ancient curses with its legends. Will you stand with them or against the evil? Stand with them against the evils that lurk beyond the mortal understanding, or will you succumb, as so many have, to the terrors of the mythos? Spate, sure. Number 1, first pronunciation is correct. Long a sound. Yeah, so spate, which is I figured it's spate, and we're watching letter blocks, so we're learning about our hard and softs. That's something even for like Spanish teaching. Spanish to English, you have to teach the difference between a hard and a soft vowel. And even in a hard and soft vowel, we have hard, soft, and we have other, right? Because there's what? A, E, I always forget the math. A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y. So you have 6 vowels, but they make 14 different sounds. And the Y is a sometimes vowel. So really, I don't remember if it's 14 off of the 5 or 14 off of the 6, including the Y. Either way, language is fun. All right, so Act 1A, past curfew. The campus is strangely quiet, and there's no signs of your friend. Hooded figures cross the quad as nervous students scurry under painfully bright street lamps. Well, they're painfully bright, too. Painfully bright street lamps. So we can parlay. Test of 2. If you succeed, discard a bystander enemy at your location. Okay. So we did have to shuffle some bystander enemies into the deck. Do a little ESL teaching just for being a native speaker. Oh, Audrey, well, that's what her degree's in. Audrey's degree is in language education. The problem is, like, she could do it like as a side thing, but like as to be a teacher in Florida, she's got to actually go and get a. It's weird because her degree's from another country, and some things don't like that, so she's got to get like an equivalency degree taken here, and then get the teaching certificates. It's a big mess. Where there's smoke. You are searching the dormitories for any sign of a friend. Objective. At the end of the round, investigators may spend the requisite clues as a group to advance. All right, so that is our clue one. Let's get our clue tokens. What color do we want to use for clues today? And we're talking about fire, right? We should do the fire, although I use these for we're doing fire. We're going to switch out our resources. Here, he'll have purple resources to help you guys identify. And he will have... Oh, I don't have another yellow die. Guess they'll both have purple resources. All right. There we go. There are clues. More clues. And then, getting all worried about what I want to put on the cards. Yeah. Where are the ones that go with that? So the problem is some of the dice, the colors don't match the other dice's colors. I don't know why. Kind of weird. We'll do that one. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to that point. Ah. Taking me too long to figure that out. All right, so we do need to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for you. I don't know what I'm looking for. So these are deck lists off of Arkham DB. It was just basically the top guy's decks with his overview of the decks. Had the most favorites and hearts and all that stuff, so I went with those. So we have Vicious Blow, Endurance, spend a resource, you get, okay, so this is the same as like we had before where you spend a resource to get extra. +2 instead if this is an attack or evasion. Spend 1 resource, you get +1. Okay, agility. Was it +2 instead if it was an attack on the last one? I don't think it was. Okay. Another Vicious Blow. Magnifying Glass for investigating, which we need. And then we do have we have an event, Scene of the Crime. Play only as your first action. Discover 1 clue at your location, 2 clues instead if there's an enemy at that location. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Ooh, that's kind of nice. It's the 2 Vicious Blows. And I don't remember if Arkham is the mulligan for the entire hand, or is it just the cards I don't want? The mulligan for the whole hand, or just the cards I don't want? Where is mulligan? There you go. Draw. No. Just talking about type of actions. That's the only problem with every LCG, every card game. Their mulligan rules are different. So like remembering the mulligan rules for all of them is just not easy. There you go. Draw opening hand. I can take a single mulligan at this time, setting aside up to 5. Okay, so we can mulligan as many as we want. Okay, I don't think I need 2 Vicious Blows. I like the magnifying glass. This would be better if there was a baddie there, and we're not going to have a baddie on the first round. The endurance I like. I think that's the only problem with Scene of the Crime is it's the first round. So let's go ahead, and we got Laboratory Assistant as an asset. Your maximum hand size is increased by 2. After you play Laboratory Assistant, draw 2 cards. Ooh, okay, I like her. And we got another magnifying glass. All right. Mulligan's Island is a 3-hour tour. Yeah. All right, so we got our Thieves Kit. 6 uses. Spin to gain Investigate or Agility. If you succeed, gain 1 resource. Unexpected Courage, which is our wild. We did get Jim Culver right off the bat. You get +1. I forget what the head is. +1. Here we go. Here's our symbols. Willpower. Cosmic Flame. 3 charges. Fight. You succeed, you may spend 1 charge to deal 1 damage in this attack. If you reveal a skull token, remove 1 charge. If you cannot, take 1 damage and discard this card. And Will of the Cosmos. I'd still say that is a beautiful art. I like that art. All right, if I had a playmat, that's what I'd want the playmat to have. Insight, Augury, place 1 doom on a player card you control, then discover 1 clue. I kind of like all his cards. I like all Dexter's cards. All right. I can only alternate who goes first. I haven't done that yet. I just kind of go left to right each time. So we'll just kind of go with that. So we are at our friend's room. Your friend's room is an utter disarray, but there are signs of a weary mind or some kind of struggle. Or is it a sign of a weary mind or some kind of struggle? Friend's room. Engage. Choose an enemy at the connecting locations. That enemy moves to this location and engages you. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. All right. So we get 2 clues per investigator. So here, use our extra life dice. We have 4 clues. 4 clues. All right. And takes 2 to investigate here. So let's get set up. So we got 3 actions. Problems, these are expensive. 3, 4 to get Jim out, which would take almost everything I have. 3 to get my cosmic flame out. This is a freebie. Place 1 doom on a player card you control, then discover 1 clue at your location, 1 clue at another location. So this doesn't do me any good for a while. Maybe I should have called that one. I just like the pretty art, so I didn't call it. I didn't mulligan. This I can actually use. It requires 1 resource to do it. If I succeed, I get 1 resource back. Or no, I get 6 supplies on this. Okay. All it does is it basically gives me a resource every time I succeed. Let's go ahead and get that out. Let's get stuff out here. So that'll be 2. And then we get 6 supplies on there. All right. So that was our first action. Second action, I have 2 supplies left, which isn't enough to put anything else out. I guess we will try to investigate. So my investigate's at 2. We need 2, so we're like right there. What is the flavor of caffeine? I'm doing instant coffee. I am not sure. Maybe pomegranate? It says, like I said, it says mixed packets. So I got a soda stream and I got those mixed packets and I pour those in instead of buying energy drinks. All right, we do have this. We could make it 3. We could make it 4, 5. We do have the extra magnifying glass over here, which would get another +1. All right, so let's go. We're at 2, 3. We'll go ahead and use the extra magnifying glass. 4. So we are at 4 on 2. As long as we don't pull our -2 or our instant fail. Let's grab this one. -1, so that puts us at 3. We are still good. So we have gotten ourselves a clue. All right, so I'm going to actually put the clues on the characters this time, because before I wasn't doing that, and then the third act kind of it messed up. Because I needed to specifically spend per each of them. All right. After you play an asset, either return... Okay, I didn't want to return an asset. I want to make sure my text there. And then I spent a resource to do that, which means then I do get another resource. Good to go. All right, that was my second action. Third action, so we could do it again. We need to spend... So at the end of the round. All right, so at the end of the round, we could do that. I could investigate again. I mean, that's really all I can do. We can't go anywhere else. So investigate again. Just don't spend any cards this time. In worst case, we fail. Yeah, let's go with it. All right. Well, that was an instant fail, so no harm, no foul. I didn't say if I was doing it this or regular investigation. Technically, I would have used my supply because I would have hoped for a resource. Although I know I was probably going to fail. Would I have done that? No, I wouldn't have done that. I knew I was going to fail. All right. Discard. All right, 5th card. All right. So, Mr. Diamond here. I think I want to put this in play because I want to have the larger hand size. So we'll go ahead and put in laboratory assistant. Right. And then So our maximum hand size is 2. After I play Laboratory Assistant, draw 2 cards. All right, so we got Perception and Working a Hunch. Fast. Play only during your turn. Discover 1 clue at your location. Sure. Oh, when I mulliganed, I forgot to shuffle these back in. Forgot to do that. All right. So, discover 1 clue. Just down to 2. Red 1. After you successfully investigate, is that considered? No, that's just discover a clue. That's not successfully investigate. All right, so we're going to. So this is a person asset. So this is an item asset. So we'll go ahead and use the magnifying glass for our second action. And then, so it's fast. Basically, I can do this. Player may play a flash card without spending an action. So I didn't need to spend an action for that. I get +1 while investigating. And then I guess we're going to investigate. So he's already at 4, 5. Yeah, he's already at 5. Yeah, I don't even know if there's a reason for me to play another for the perception card. Yeah, I don't even think there's a reason to play the perception card because he's already at 5. And the max I could have is a -2 or a complete failure, right? So we're at 5 on 2, 0. You're good to go. So 1, and that puts us up to 2 clues here. So we're at 3. We don't have enough to complete that this round. So, investigator phase, enemies. There are no enemies. Upkeep phase, reset our actions. Oh no, did I have one more action? I played this card for 1. That card was free because of fast. Played that one. No, I have one more investigation. Hang on. So again, we're at 5. And then after you investigate, draw 1 card. So we should have drew a card from that last successful investigation. And then tentacles. What do the tentacles do? -3. If you fail by 2 or more, draw the topmost copy of fire in the encounter discard pile if able. So we're at 5. -3 is still 2, so we still succeed. All right. All those clues are gone. There we go. Now we can spend our 4 clues to progress. It says end of the round. So I guess I would still have to go through the enemy phase and the upkeep phase. All right, so we got to do that in this. We'll do this in a second. Let's do our upkeep phase. Get our 3 actions back. Ready all exhausted cards. Draws 1 card and gets a resource. So 3 and 4. Prestidigitation. What's the symbol on those orange clue dice? I don't know. It was like they're little sparkles. These are Pokemon dice. So these were from the Pokemon Elite Trainer boxes, which usually work pretty good. That's why I was trying to find matching symbols, because sometimes I have a set of little dice and the big dice that have the same symbols. So then it makes sense when I'm saying, oh, this is this or this, right? Yeah, where's it at? Yeah, like this one has this little squiggly, and then I have a bigger dice that has a squiggly too. But yeah, they're just Pokemon ETB dice. All right, so we spin our 4 clues. Where there's smoke. You find your friend's satchel scorched with stylized emblems of an open palm. Wherever your friend is, you imagine he didn't go willingly. As you turn to leave, you are confronted with a masked figure, wreathed in flame. As the room erupts into flames around you, they let out a chilling wail. Discard each enemy in play, well, there are none. Put the set-aside dormitories and Miskatonic Quad locations into play. So, Miskatonic Quad and dormitories. How does that connect? This is pink to blue. This goes pink and blue. All right, so they go like this. Right now we're okay. We got the space. So these go there. And that goes there. Right? All right. We're here. Put the dormitories quad into play. Spawn the set-aside Servant of Flame enemy at the dormitories. Hello, Servant of Flame. Humanoid, elite, hunter, prey. He goes after the lowest agility. And he retaliates. That's not fun. He is worth victory points, so we do need to kill him. Victory 2. So he is right there. That's not good. Attach one set-aside copy of Fire to your friend's room. Place each other's set-aside copy of Fire in the encounter discard pile. So, we don't have an encounter discard pile yet, but I guess we now have one. All right. So, our friend's apartment is now on fire. Fire! Revelation. Attach fire to the nearest location without fire. Well, where we were told where to put it. Forced. When the investigator phase ends, each non-elite card with a health at this location takes 1 direct damage. Test 3. If you succeed, discard fire. Huh. Are we a non-elite card? Well, I'm thinking not, right? Because the new one, you aren't given cards, technically. So is this just the bad guys take fire damage? I'm confused. So it seems like disengage would be to pull him in, but see, he's an elite, so he wouldn't take the fire damage anyways. But when it says a non-elite card, I don't think that pertains to the investigators, because the investigators don't have that terminology. Everyone except elite takes the damage. Okay. So the fighting doll says everybody takes the damage. Even us, even though we're not a card. Okay. So we have to get out of there. We have to get out of there. All right. So that's not good. All right. So our new objective, escape the dorms. A burning apparition stands between you and the exit. You must escape the dormitories. Objective. If each undefeated investigator is at the Miskatonic Quad, advance. Hint, sometimes it's better to run than fight. Okay. So it's kind of telling me just get there. Don't worry about anything else. Now, we would have to do the agility check to get past him. Which mine's 3, and his is only 2. The investigators count, allies count. Oh! Poor laboratory assistant. Poor little laboratory assistant. That's luckily the investigator phase was already over when we did that. So I guess that's maybe why they did that, right? They had to do that after the round, because otherwise we could have done that right in the middle of our investigator phase, and then that would have been a surprise. I mean, again, I only have to do a skill test of 3, so he could probably get rid of it. Because I have my double wild. I had to. Just to force that to be gone. I think that's what we do. I might have him do that before he moves on. Alright. Mythos phase. Place a doom counter. Boop. Threshold's not met. Each investigator draws 1 encounter card. Here's the fun part. So that's only 3. Yeah, it's only 3. It's not very far. A bystander. Doomed. When this enemy is defeated, place 1 doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. Okay. Wasn't there something that told me about getting rid of a bystander? Oh, we can parlay. Okay, we parlay instead. That way we don't add doom to that. Okay. So I need to parlay with this guy. Alright. Unbreakable truths. Revelation. Put unstoppable truths into play in your threat area, limit 1. Forced. After you discover 1 or more clues, take 1 horror. I don't like that. For 2 actions, I can discard it. And he's my clue finder. That kind of sucks. So I'm basically going to use. So I was going to use an action to get here. He's going to use an action to get there too. He already has a bystander. Well, this changes things. Alright. So, I was going to get rid of the fire. And then I need to parlay with him with investigate. Although, I could have Joe parlay to get rid of him. And then that'd be 1 action, but then I'd be using the other 2 actions to get rid of this. But if Dexter gets rid of that, then it doesn't matter if Joe hangs out there. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Oh no, we're engaged, which means then I would have to take the damage. Again, investigators can go in any order. I think I need to change my order because of that. So I think we're going to change our order. I think we're going to have Joe go first. So Joe is going to parlay with that bystander. So we need a test of... Oh, it's just a test of 2. Joe's already at 4, 5. So again, Joe pretty much is good to go on any of these types of tests. -1, so 4. So he is parlayed for our first action. For our second action, we're getting rid of this stupid thing. Yeah. That sucked. Yeah, Joe can't do anything else. Yeah, because he can't investigate. Yeah, that was it for Joe. Alright, so we're going to be getting rid of the fire. We're going to do the agility test. We're going to use our courage. For our first action, we're going to use the courage. We need a 3. We're currently at 5. -0. That was a little bit overkill, but okay. Fire's gone. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to have to do some, he's going to engage me when I go in there. So I want to get my cosmic flame out, right? Yeah, that's my fight. Yes, we're doing my cosmic flame. I get 3 charges. So now I get his ability, because his ability will allow me to bring this back once I run out of charges. Once I get down to 1 charge, I can bring him back. All right, and that costs me 3. That was my second action. Third action, if I move, here's the only problem. If I move, he's going to attack me. If I stay here, he's going to hunt us. Indicates which investigator will engage and pursue if there are multiple. So he's going to actually come after us anyways. And he's going to attach to Joe. But the difference is... Enemies a hunter, keyword, patrol keywords, move. So he would move. Oh, he's still going to attack me though, right? Because he's going to move, he'll automatically engage with me, and then he attacks. So no matter what, he's going to attack me. So the question is whether or not I just go ahead and use my move to get over here to reveal this location and engage. Oh no, he's going after the lowest. Oh, no, I don't want him after Joe. Because Joe has no way to fight. So yeah, we're gonna have to take it. Alright. So last action we're gonna move, which causes us to engage. And then the dormitories flip. Dormitories. Heal 1 damage and 1 horror. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, limit once per game. So this is a one-time thing that we can do. Clues are equal to 1 times the investigators. So we have 2 clues there. 2 clues. Actually, now that I look at that, yeah, the extra life dice are way better for this. But you guys can actually see the number on those. There you go. Speaking of dice, I never did give us our hit points. Sita's out there singing about rubble. Alright, so 7 and 7, 8, and 7. Alright. That's the end of the investigator phase. We got rid of the fire, so we don't got to worry about the fire. Yeah. So, Doctor Strange would visit the Dormammutories. Yeah. Alright, so now it is the enemy phase. So the enemy is engaged with me. So he is going to do a lot of damage. I'll be using the dormitories almost immediately, I think. So 5 and 6. Oh, the problem is he has that retaliate too. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, it sucks. All right. Upkeep. Draw a card. Manual dexterity. And gather intel. The 2. And 4. All right. So, add a doom counter. So we're at 2 of 3. Card for you. Card for you. All right. Cosmic Evils, Peril, Revelation. You must either choose. Place 1 doom counter on the current agenda. This effect can cause the agenda to advance. Take 1 direct damage and 1 direct horror. Yeah, well, and it gains surge. So I guess this is happening now. The wind carries a scent of smoke across the campus. A plume of flame rises in the nearby building. In player order, each investigator tests 3. Each investigator fails, takes 1 horror. So, he's pretty much good to go. Although it says in player order, it doesn't really matter. -1, so he's good. She's only at 2. Oh. And there are different locations now. Oh, and she has no cards that can help. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. He's gonna be taking horror. There's nothing I can do about it. Unless I get the +1. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright, come on, +1. Ooh! That's a +1. And if you just succeed, draw 1 card. And gain 1 resource. Ooh, whew. Alright. That was good. Now, Act 2. Lit up. The sky glows a faint orange as the flames spread. Parlay, test 2. So same thing with the bystanders. We can parlay. All right, that one is 5 to advance. All right, so I am here. You were there. All right. Cantor of Flame, Humanoid, Cultist, Retaliate. He does 1 damage. It takes 2, 2, and 2. So 2 attack to defeat him. He has 2 hit points. 2 to evade him. All right. That could have gone worse. Blessed by the Elder Sign. Yeah. We live to fight another day. Unlike the complete and utter failure earlier. Although I was watching Rob's gaming table and they kind of mentioned it. Like a lot of people, what they do is that the failure, you can only have one total failure per game if you don't want your game to be a total wash. So I think we want Joe to go first again, because that way he can come in here. Oh no, he's got to get rid of this first. But I still think we want Joe to go first, because then he can come in here and help. The problem is Joe's got 4 attack. Joe's pretty spry. He can do that, but then he can come and help with the Servant of Flame. So we do have our overpower. So Joe's at 4. I have a -2, a -3 with the tintly, squiggly, squiddy thing. We could get our endurance into play. Let's go ahead and get our endurance into play. We're gonna have to move our rule book. We'll go ahead and get our endurance into play for our first action, which takes us down to 3. So now we can spend a resource to add +1. So he's going to punch. I don't want to waste overpower. That seems overkill because he's already at 4. This would make it 6. I feel like that's overkill. We'll do 4, but we will. We'll go ahead and use a resource. The problem is he only does 1 damage because we don't have any weapons. I don't even know if this deck had weapons. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to remember, did this deck even have weapons? There's a choose your own style game book called Alone Against the Flames. That's kind of like the light horror. Light horror. Is it for kids book? All right, so we're going to attack. I guess I was going to move over here, but now I kind of have to attack twice, don't I? Yeah. I'm debating, should I use my resource? Did it give me +2, which puts me at 6? I think that's overkill. We're not going to spend the resource. I put that in play, but now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have, because otherwise I can't move. So I'm only doing 1 damage. If I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to put it into play. All right, so first action is to attack. Not young kids, but sure. A young adult, -2, 4, so he still does take 1 damage. So that's fine. Here's my red dice for damage. So he is down to 1. And we're going to attack for the second action. See if we can. Where did I drop that? Where did I drop that disc to make sure that I pull the same one? Skull. -X. X is the current act number. We are on act 2, so -2. So we are still good. Just barely. Just barely. I don't like that dice. We'll go with the pink ones. That red one, the one Pip was too low. And last action, we're going to go ahead and visit with Mr. Dexter. All right. Dexter, on the other hand, is going to... What's Dexter going to do? Oh, hang on. We can... Actually, I forgot. We have magnifying glass, which is fast. We don't have to spend an action, so we can investigate here now. So we're going to investigate. We are at 5 investigate. We need a 3. The perception, basically I'd be playing it to draw a card, because that's going to put me at 7. I don't need 7. Now, I wonder what the gather intel, it said fast, play when an enemy enters your location. If you draw an enemy from the deck, is that considered entering my location? It engages with me at my location. We'll deal with it later. It just lets me draw 2 cards, so I kind of don't care. I guess the question is whether I want that or whether I want to just play it. I think 5. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and use this. So we're gonna do our fast to do my my magnifying glass. I get +1, so we're up to 5, 6 investigation on 3. 6 on 3, a 0. Again, overkill. So 1 clue. 1 clue. All right. Now back to Dexter. All right. So Dexter needs to pound on this guy. All right. So he is at 5. Yeah. So fight. We're going to use our willpower. There you go. Problem is this guy retaliates. I mean, we do have this, so I mean, once this is all said and done, I do have that. But he retaliates for... Is it his full attack? Does he retaliate for his full attack? Investigator fails the test while attacking enemy has to retaliate keyword. The enemy attacks that investigator. Yeah, so full attack. Which is 2 and 2. He has... This is 5. But then it shows the investigator. Oh, he has 5 times the number of investigators. Oh, that's why it said to run. That's why it said to run. Because there's no way I can do 10 damage to him in 1 turn. And he does 2 and 2. Ooh, that's nasty. So probably what I needed to do was on my prior turn, I probably needed to use the engage instead of the move. Yeah, I think that's what I needed to do was the engage to bring him. I think that's why that engage is there. That makes sense. I would drag him here. And then I'm going to need to evade to get away from him. Should I smack him once before? Because I have my manual dexterity, so I think I can get out of there. Should I smack him once at least, though? Actually, and could he have helped? No, he has no... Had no help anyway, so we're still good. All right. So we're going to smack him once and then run. So we're going to use our first one to smack him once. So we're at 5. We're going to go ahead and use Jim for 6. Oh, the charges are to do the damage. Sorry. Charges are to do the extra damage. All right. So we're at 6. Yeah. Oh, and then I got this. I got the toolkit to move. And then I gain a resource. All right. So we're at 6 on 4. 6 on 4. 0. That works. So we are going to spend a resource to do 2 damage. So that puts him at 8. I have another 8-sided die. I do. Well, this will work. So he is at 8. 8. All right. He's going to retaliate, which sucks for Drake. So that's going to put him at 3 and 4. All right. Now Drake is going to run for the hills. So he's going to use manual dexterity. He's going to use one of his thieves kit. So that's 3, 4, 5. Oh no, this is to... No, that's... I'm sorry, this is for investigate only. Sorry. So 3, 4, 5. So we're at 5 on... Evading gets you retaliated? No, that's how you... That's how you get away from them. When you're engaged with them, you can't do anything else unless you evade them. Which means I can't move unless I evade him. So I can't get out of this location without evading him. So that's what we're doing now. All right, so I need a 4, and I'm at 5. Yeah, I'm at 5. Yeah, all right. Squid, -3. So 5, right? 5 minus 3 is 2. Which means I fail. Failed by 2 or more, which I did. Draw the topmost copy of fire in the discard pile. Fire. Attach fire to the nearest location without fire. We're probably going to lose Dexter already. We haven't even gotten that far. Dexter's going to die. Dexter's going to die. The only way I could have... remember, I had this one go first thinking she was going to help. The only thing I could do is reverse that slightly, which would have her go second. And then she would have been able to play her manual dexterity too. Right? Because, or he. I keep saying she because last time I played with a guy and a girl, and I keep seeing this laboratory assistant. Which probably is what I would have done. I probably would have left her there. Or left him there for the turn. Since I needed to escape. Because the problem is he's going to take 2 damage plus 1 damage for the fire. That'll knock him out. That'll knock him out. Because the only reason I had her go first was I was thinking, oh, he was weak. He's not weak. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna retroactively. Let's retro. We're retroing because I don't want to end this game like this would end the game right there because there's no way Joe can do any damage to anything. So we'll go ahead and do that. They were still there. Did the manual dexterity, which made it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll say we pulled the same chip, which was -3. That is enough for me to evade, which puts him back up here. And then I can move. And then she moved and did all the stuff that she did. Right? Let me see how that evade works. Make sure I did the evade right. Enemy phase, upkeep phase, skill tests, parlay, fight, evade. Here we go. Succeeds. Investigator evades the target enemy. The enemy is exhausted and the engagement is broken. Move that enemy card from investigator. Yeah, so he's exhausted. All right. Which is why we're all able to get out of dodge. All right. So we have gotten out of dodge. We are here. He's still going to come after us on the next turn, which means we got to evade again to get to the quad, which is what that wants us to do anyways. All right. So now it is the enemy phase. So he's still exhausted. So he doesn't do anything. Oh. He gets to draw. The performing investigator gets to draw a card. So he gets to draw 2 cards. All right. Problem is we used all of that to get out of there. When you evade across the internet, you evade. It's like e-commerce, but evade. All right. Yeah, so he can't do anything. Upkeep phase, unexhaust. Get our tokens back. Draw a card. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think hand size is 8, and then 10 because of that. Get a resource. Get a resource. Unexhaust. Add a key to the Enfuego. And Fuego. You get a card. You get a card. Hellhound. Hunter. Forced. After Hellhound attacks you during the enemy phase, choose and discard one asset you control. That's not good. So we gotta get rid of him or we're losing an asset. Alright. Cantor of Flame. Retaliate. That's not good. Luckily he was stunned, so he didn't hunt us last time because he was exhausted. Otherwise that would have sucked. Alright. So we gotta head out. Alright, who's gonna go first? Let me look at my cards this time, make sure we get our plan right. So I have all wilds. I do have a word of protection. Fast. Play when you draw a non-weakness treachery card. Cancel that card's revelation effect and take one horror. Oh, much harder to take. To investigate to get that last clue before we head out. He needs... Okay, so he's got to take an action to heal. An action to move. So we'd have one more action left. And is this as soon as somebody gets to the dormitory or both? Each investigator. So both of us have to make it there. So that's not going to reveal until both of us get there. He's not my investigator. This is my investigator. So the third action I wouldn't use to investigate. Oh, hang on. I got to attack this guy first. Sorry. We have to attack first. So attack. This is going to allow him to do 2 damage. So we're good there. Move. And, heal and move. All right. We know what he's going to do. We'll just go ahead and have Dexter go first, because we know what Dexter's going to do. So first action is going to be attack. He's going to use this fight with his willpower. That's 5. Okay, so his second sight lets him investigate. 5. Oh, we only need 2. All right, so we'll do 5. We'll just keep it at the 5. An Arkham and an iPhone is horrific. In Arkham, an iPhone is horrific. 5. We need 2, right? Yeah, 2. All right, 0. Okay, good to go. All right, that takes him out. Spend one of these. All right. And we're going to use this location effect, which means that location effect is no more, which puts us back at 4 and 5. Now I kind of want Jim, because Jim at least I can throw him to take some attacks if I had to. All right, and then third action, we're going to go ahead and move. Mesotonic's Quad. During your turn, if there are exactly 1 or 2 investigators in the game, move to a connecting location. Okay, so if you're playing 1 or 2 player, you basically get a free action to move. Okay, so it gives you free movement to another location. That's what that's going to do. All right. Over to her. So same thing. She's going to have to take him out. He's got 3 hit points, though. Yeah, he couldn't retaliate because I took him out, right? It's my thought. All right, so here I have to play an asset to get this to come back. Yeah. So So we could have investigate. Well, we can't investigate. We have to attack. He's got 3 hit points. We have to attack twice. We have to attack twice and then move. All right. We do have lots of attacky stuff. I wish this was do +1 damage, but it's not. The endurance doesn't add damage. Oh no, I'm gonna have to attack 3 times. Or I have to evade. And he's got very low evade. I only have 1 card to help with evade. We're kind of back where we were earlier, where, like, should I have had him go first? Yeah, because he's only got 2 evade. I don't have cards to evade. I don't have any plus damage. So with no plus damage, I can't. Yeah, with no plus damage, I can't defeat him this turn. Which means then this is going to engage with me. Because he's going to move and then engage and then attack. And I can't, like I said, I can't evade because it's 4. And I only have 2. I could make it 3 with my endurance. Oh, here we go. No. My endurance gives me +2. Gives me +2. So I could evade him. Yeah, let's try to evade so we can get there and we can at least progress. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the endurance from our first action and 2. Oh no, that's going to make him attack me because that's an attack of opportunity. What's he attack for? 1 and 1. I don't want him to engage me. That's kind of the problem. Dexter's magic spell always decrements when used. No, it's if I want to do the extra damage, it does. So by default, you only do 1 damage. So in order for me to do 2 damage and take that guy out, yeah, I had to use it. I had to use it. All right, I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity. I could sacrifice my assistant. Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice my assistant. Sorry, assistant. You had to take that. All right. So now we're going to try to evade. So we're going to spend a resource. So 2, 4. Oh, dang it. This is where I was going to get my other one from. Oh, no, this counts. Yeah, 2, 4. So we're at 4, 1, 4. Oh, I forgot I didn't have that other card. Again, order of operation. I because I'm not looking at both cards, I should look at both sets of cards and figure out what each person can do before I run. All right, so we're going to pretend like they were still there. They went first. They went second because he's going to discard. Going to discard the unexpected courage, which gives 2 more. So 2, 4, 6. 6 on 4 to evade. Skull minus X. X is the current act, so that's -2. So we're still at 4. So we did successfully evade. That was my third action to move there. Yep. That worked. All right, that's how I should have done it originally to begin with. All right, so both of us are here. So we get to advance the act. Yeah. All right. You emerge from the dormitories, lungs bursting into crisp autumn evening. Looking behind you, there is no trace of your pursuer. You remember that your friend planned to consult the Miskatonic University's head librarian, Dr. Henry Armitage. He may be able to help you understand what's going on. Search all in-play areas and out-of-play areas for the Servant of Flame. Heal all damage from them and set them aside out of play. You gotta be kidding me. So me spinning that action was no good. And he goes out of play. So we lost our pursuer. So the hint of running was the right thing to do. Hitting him was a waste of an action. This guy's still hanging out. Discard each enemy in play. Okay. So yeah, running. Running is exactly what it wanted me to do. Discard all tokens and attachments from your friend's room. Okay, well, that's if it still had flame on, I guess. And remove it from the game. Put each remaining set-aside location into play. Where are the other locations? Where did I put the other locations? Here, location. Did I put them in here by accident? Oh, that's the flame. I had a stack of locations over here. What happened to them? Oh, they're down here. When I picked up the other ones, I never put them back. All right. Let's just put the rest of them in play. So these all connect to... Oh, they'll connect here. So dormitories. The quad, which makes sense. It's a quad. Science. Let's do it. Let's do it like this. Don't really have the space to really do this. That's fine. There we go. That works. Good enough. I want to try to keep it on screen as much as possible for you guys. There you go. So... let's see here. Act 3. Searching for Dr. Armitage. Your friend had mentioned visiting the head librarian, Dr. Armitage. With more and more strange figures arriving, you must scour the campus for his whereabouts. Objective. At the end of the round, investigators at Warren Library may spin the requisite clues as a group to advance. All right, so we got to get to the library. Okay. So we have to get to the library so we can spin the clues. So we need six clues. We're not going to have 6 clues. Well, we can go back to the dormitories now. I don't know how many clues these are going to have. I guess we're going to go up. We're going to go this way. All right. Sure. All right. Upkeep phase. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a card. And go to 2 resources. 4 resources. Been nice after all that. It was like, oh, heal your wounds. I'm wondering. I was thinking if we had a hospital. We don't have a hospital. It's a science hall. All right. The head librarian maintains the brain in a jar collection. Yes, many brains in many jars. All right. This goes up to 2. Again, order of operations. I don't know who went first, who went second. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in this game. This is more just a... It doesn't matter. You can go in any order. You talk at the table and determine who's going first, who's going second. Cosmic evils, peril, revelation. You must either place 1 doom on the current agenda, or take damage. Well, he can't do that this time. I am not letting him take damage again. So we're up to 3 of 5. Alright. Mutated experiment. Forced. When this enemy is defeated, each investigator at its location takes 1 horror. Okay, so we definitely know that Drake has to go first because he can't do this. That can't happen. So yeah, Drake's going first. Drakey boy is going first. So, I feel like the library is the last place we're going to need to go because that's where we need to solve. So I think we're going to send Drake for his first action. He's going to go up to the observatory. 1 times the number of investigators. Please don't tell me they're all 1 times, because that means we're going to have to go back to the dormitories. Oh, hang on, but here, during your turn, if there's exactly 1 or 2 investigators in a group, move to a connected location. Yeah, so this doesn't take an action. So actually, this doesn't take an action to move over here. From here, it's a free action. All right, so after you discover 1 more clues of those location, draw a card. Okay, so he's going to get to draw a card. There's only 1 clue in that location. So yeah. So since there's only 1 clue, I'm just going to put 1 clue. All right, so first action, we're going to investigate. It's an investigate 3. Spend 1 supply. So we're going to spend a supply. So that's 4. We get to investigate, which is 2. 2. Need a 3. 2. Or do I want to do this first? Hang on. Asset uses for. Okay, so before investigate, we're not going to investigate yet. We're going to play Second Sight. Which then we can bring this one back. That has 3 charges on it. All right, so that was our first action. That cost us everything we had. No more resources. No more resources for you. All right. And I can only have 1 of these in play. Right? How many... Can't remember how many artifacts or jewelry I can have. Where is that limit? Probably in the play a card section. Evade, fight, design, skill tests. There we go. Equipment slots. 1 accessory. Okay, so yeah, only 1. The slots available to us is 1 accessory, 1 head, 1 body, 1 ally, 2 hand slots, and 2 arcane slots. Okay, so I can have 2 arcane slots, but then there are arcane that take 2 slots. So, all right, now we're going to investigate. So, here's an action. Investigate with my willpower. If you succeed, you may spend 1 charge to discover 1 additional clue at my location. If you reveal a cloaked figure token during the test, remove 1 charge. Okay. So this isn't giving me +1. There isn't an extra. So do I discover an extra clue if there isn't an extra clue there? That's a question. Can you discover an extra clue if there isn't an extra clue there? Let's see here. Let me do a quick search and see what it says. Are the clues limited when it says extra, right? Is it limited to what's physically there. Let's see here. Arkham Horror. A card game. A card. Let's see here. It's probably not going to give me the right answer. It's probably just going to make it up. All right, so yeah, I can't get 2 clues. So now I'm wondering, should I even have done that? Now I wonder, should I have even done that? Played this card. Maybe I can use it later. So that's fine. We'll go ahead and use this one then. So we'll do this action for my thieves kit. So I'm at 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 4. I need a 3. Squid is -3. Which, yeah. So now I'm at 1. If I fail by 2 or more, drop the topmost copy of Fire. And add it to the nearest location. I'm currently in this location, so I'm guessing that means this is the nearest location. Which means in order for me not to take damage, I kind of have to leave. Yeah, so for my last action, I have to go back down to the quad. Well, or my last action, I could do that test. No, I can't do that test. I don't have enough agility. Yeah. That sucks. Okay. So Joe has to beat up on that guy. And it's going to take a while. Because, again, I don't have any weapons. Did they really build Joe's deck with no weapons? Well, I can get +1 damage with Vicious Blow. Problem is that's still not going to get rid of it. Alright, so we're going to attack. So we're at 4. We need 3. 5. 6, 7. I only need 3. We'll do 5. We'll keep it at 5. Yeah, we'll keep it at 5. Although I really want this one to be successful because this is my +1 damage. So we'll go ahead and spend it. We'll spend it. So that puts us at 7. Puts us 7. Arkham got its name from the crazy guy who rescued a bunch of pigs from a flood. Squid, -3. So 7 -3 is 4. Good thing I did that. Holy cow. So we do 2 damage. Drops him down to 1. Alright, so when this enemy is defeated, he's not defeated yet. Alright, So we're going to attack again. So 4, 5, 6. All right. 6, 1, 4. -1. So that is 5. Good to go. Take 1 horror. All right. Free action. I get to... I don't want to move up there, though. And move down here, I guess. Or we'll go to the Science Hall. Science Hall. Forced. After you discover 1 or more clues at Science Hall, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Oh, well, that sucks. And this is only 1 clue as well. So all these are only 1 clues. All right. All right, that was a free action here. Oh, no, it's once per... Group limit is once per round, so never mind. He used it earlier, so that's all we can do. All right, so bad guy's turn. No bad guys. Does the free travel from the quad work both directions? No. No, it's on this location. Yeah. All right. Draw a card. Cloak of Resonance and another Overpower. Oh, hang on, we were successful. We should have drawn a card for being successful. Dang it! Overzealous, basic weakness, flaw, revelation. Draw the top card of the encounter deck. That card gains surge. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, so we draw the top card of the... And then it's gonna gain surge. Unspeakable Truths. Put it into play. Mutated. Revelation. Test 2. This test gets +2 difficulty if there is an enemy in your location. If you fail, you must take another 2 damage. Or the investigator at your location takes 1 horror. Alright, so we need a test 2 of will. We're at 2. I have no cards to modify. So, we're going with a straight 2. We're probably going to be taking some damage. Alright, we'll go with this one. That is an automatic fail. That means we take... It gets +2 difficulty, so actually... Oh no, there was no bad guys. But either way, it's automatic fail. Either take 2 damage, or each investigator takes horror. So we're going to take the 2 damage. Alright. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Yeah. That wasn't even drawing the cards for the turn. That was just the upkeep phase. It was just the upkeep phase. Alright. So now we draw cards for... Well, first we gotta do this. We are at 4 of 5, so this is gonna flip over. Which means Butthead's probably gonna come back out again. Butthead's probably gonna come back out again soon. Here, thematically, I grabbed the orange dice for thematic fire, and I don't know why I wasn't using the orange dice. Alright. Man, we need 6 clues. We have 1 clue. But look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We wouldn't even have 6. How would I get 6? Right? That was 1 times the number of players. Oh no, that was 1 times the number of players. Oh, so 2. Sorry. I'm doing these wrong. These should be 1 times the number of players, so these should be 2. So earlier, when I was going to do that test, I should have done this one. I mean, I failed either way. It didn't matter. But yeah. Here, for thematic reasons, we'll just make them all the same. Okay. Do that, do that. You get a card. You get a card. Bystander. Doomed. When this enemy is defeated, place 1 doom on the agenda. So we need to parlay to get rid of this one. Which isn't bad. This is my investigator, so parlay is easy for him. And then I can't discover clues until I get rid of that stupid thing. I mean, I could just take some horror. Wild Compulsion, Madness, Bane, Revelation, Test 3. For each point you fail, you must either discard one card from your hand or lose one resource. Which is not a problem. He's got 5. So. 5. -2 is 3. Still good to go. Alright. So. This, I need the clues, so I think we're just gonna unfortunately take the horror. But we do need to get rid of this bystander first. So, to get rid of the bystander, we're gonna parlay, which is a test of 2. We're at 4. Do I want to play a card? No, I'd rather succeed at the investigation. Although I do have my magnifying glass, so I do get a free investigation. Worst thing, though, is if I discover a clue, then I take the horror. So if I fail, I don't take the horror. Yeah, so parlay is 2. I'm at 4. Let's go with it. Let's go for it. Since I get a free investigation. Always complications get in the way of going where you want to go. Get clues. 0. Good to go. Parlay worked. You go away. Alright. Now, we are going to take our fast for a magnifying glass. To investigate. So we're at 4, 5, 1, a 2, 0. So we discovered 1 clue. All right. That was our fast action. And then we do take 1 horror. So we're at 5. The things we saw at the laboratory. Science lab, to be more accurate. That sucks. Really does. So we have 1 more clue. Do I want to take the 1 more horror? Oh, technically, because this didn't cost me an action. Right? Oh, no, I did that wrong. I was able to play that without spending an action. So I was able to attach it to me without spending action. So technically that would have cost me an action. I'm doing that wrong. Yeah, we'll investigate a second time. Question is, do I play this just so I can draw a card? Oh, hang on. After I successfully investigate, yeah, I got to draw a card there. Ooh, vicious blow. We need that. Ooh, piece of candy. No, we're just going to straight investigate. That's fine. We'll straight investigate for 5. All right. -0. Good to go. We are up to 3. But we do take another horror. Horrifying. All right. So we're at 3. We need 6 for that. As a group. So Dexter's going to use the free action this turn to move here. Library, of course, it's only going to give us 2. That's what I figured. For 2 actions, I can draw 3 cards. Okay. So that was a free action to go down there. Ooh, that's a 4. That is not where I want him to be doing investigation. That is not where I want him to do investigation. Because I have no boost for investigation. With the Thieves Kit, though, I can investigate with book or his shoes. He has 3 shoes, but I have no shoes to discard. I need to investigate with my willpower. Oh, here. This one allows me to investigate with my willpower. That's what I have to do. I have to investigate with my willpower. Okay. So we're going to investigate with my willpower, and then I can just discover an additional clue, which is what I was going to do up here, and I didn't. Remember, I didn't do that. Cool, maybe. Hi, Shadow. Is this still the 9 a.m.? Yes, this is still the 9 a.m. Next one starts at 12, which we're getting close. We should make this before 12. Investigation is when investigating goes wrong. Yes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and investigate with this. So we are at 5 on 4. We will discard guts. So that's 5, 6, 7. All right, so we are at 7 on 4. Minus 2. So that is 5 on 4. Then we go ahead and spin this to get us 2 clues. No más clues. Then we get to draw a card. Paranoia! Yay! Yay! Revelation. Lose all of your resources. Good thing I was only at 1. I mean, that could have been worse, but luckily I was only at 1, so that's what it is. Alright, so that was my first action. We're at 5, so I have to get over here. So we're gonna spend both movements to go there. Alright. Baddie's turn. There are no baddies. No baddies. So refresh. Go to 3. Go to back to 1. You get a card. You get a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hand limit is 7? 8. Again, the fun thing with every game having different amounts of what their hand limits are. Again, it's not the game's design fault. I mean, everybody can't necessarily have the same because it impacts the game. Mythos, here we go. Upkeep. Nope, upkeep. Draws 1 card and gains 1 resource. Well, why did you tell me how many? Oh, 8 cards. Okay, so it's 8. Because we lost our girl. We lost her. She allowed us to have 10. All right. So this goes to 5, which means it pops. Lit it up. Paranoia will destroy you. Yes. Cinders fly through the air above the Miskatonic University. The wail of a fire alarm resounds across the quad as dozens of frightened students flee the scene. If they are still set aside, place 4 set-aside copies of Fire in the encounter discard pile. They are not. How would they be? Oh, I added them when I progressed. Yeah, how would they be? You would have had to done horrible for that to have happened. In player order, each investigator tests 3. Each investigator fails, takes 1 damage. Oh. Test 3 agility. So. Ooh, the Soul Link. How do I place horror on my Cloak of Resonance? I'm not sure how that works. Oh, because it says take 1 horror, so my cloak is taking the horror. Gotcha. Okay. Soul Link. As an additional cost to commit Soul Link, take 1 horror. So I'd need my cloak out before I did Soul Link. Alright, I was trying to see if I could improve my odds. I cannot. I am at 3. So, I have to draw the 0. -1. I have failed, which means I take 1 damage. So, poor little Dexter Poindexter is down to 3. All right. We're at 2. And this is not for an evade or an attack, so that doesn't come in as a factor. So it's an auto fail almost. So we'll go ahead and use my other endurance to at least make it a 3. Or should I just take the damage? I mean, it's 1 damage. I'm at 5. Let's try. Skull minus X, which is the current act. Are we in the next act? No, we're in 3. So minus 3, 3 minus 3, 0. Complete failure. There isn't an official online version, no. You can go out to certain Discords and ask for the unknowable truth, unspeakable truth, something like that. But yeah, there's no official, but I know that there have been TTS versions, and then I know one guy made a like a mod. Like if you just say play Arkham Horror LCG online, you can find a couple people that have made some makeshift. I know you can play the first scenario. A guy made the entire first scenario as a digital implementation, so you could do that. All right, so that was getting past that. So this is our last act. Wild Flames, the campus is ablaze. Parlay, so that's still the same. Forced. After Doom is placed on the agenda, the lead investigator draws the topmost copy of Fire from the encounter discard pile. So we're going to be adding Fire to every single location each turn. Yay! En fuego! Now, we should is an operative word. We should be able to complete this because I should be able to get this last clue, right? Using my second sight. And then I can have Joe go down here, right? That's all we need to do. At the end of the round, investigators at Orange Library may spend. Oh no, we both have to be there. So I need to succeed, go here, use the free movement. Okay, we should be able to do it as long as I can succeed. We should have enough clues. All right, and all they need to do is get down here. So it's really it's all coming down to Mr. Dexter here. All right, so Dexter's going to spend his first action to investigate using his thing. I don't need the additional clue, right? So I don't need to spin this. I'm just investigating using my willpower. So I'm at 5 on 3. I need to succeed, right? So here's the funny thing. So I guess you could technically beat him, although I don't know. Actually, I'm sorry. That's just to complete this. We still have to go through this one. Oh, no, we're going to have some fire. I had to use a stopwatch to have second sight, usually limited to minutes. I'm like, dude, I want to boost it. I need to succeed. The cloak seems cool and all. So that gives me 5. That'd give me 6. The most minus I can have is 3. So that would still make me pass. All right, so we're gonna get rid of my cloak. So I'm at 6 on 3. Complete failure. That's what I said. That's why some people, just to make this game not so brutal, as soon as you pull that once, they just get rid of it. I've pulled that 3 times now. All right. So we're going to investigate again. I unfortunately am not going to spend my soul link. That's a huge waste. That's 3 card, or that's a 3 wild. Might need it later. All right. So we're on 5 on 3. Skull is minus the current act, which is 3. So that is 2. We have failed again. It sucks. We're gonna do it again. It just means I can't get down here this turn. So this is gonna have a fire added to it, because he's the lead investigator. All right, 5 on 3 again. You can't make that up. Like, I even shuffled it in the bag and somehow still pulled the skull out again. That sucks. So now she's got to come over there. Or he. I keep seeing a female, so it keeps making me think she. All right, so first action is to go here. Free action is to go here. Investigate is almost, I'm going to say almost guaranteed, but after that last batch, I don't know. Here, we're doing this. Guaranteed to get it. Cost 2 resources. Fast, play only during your turn, which means I don't take an action because it's fast. Discover 1 clue at my location. So that gets us our 4. I wish I could pick people up. I'd pick him up and drag him with me. We do have to take 1 horror because of our stupid unstoppable. I wasn't going to get rid of that originally. Should I have gotten rid? I mean, we're both here. It's not going to do me any good to get down here because we can't complete that. We both have to be there as a group to complete. Because we can't trade clues. Which seems kind of weird, right? You figure we could collaborate and be like, hey, what did you learn? Oh, this is what I learned. Right? We're in the same spot. So let's say I used my other 2 actions and I would have gotten rid of that before I moved. Or before I did my investigation. So. Oh no, I didn't have 2. Because my second one was to do the investigation. Dang it. Dang it. Dying it all to heck. All right, so why am I down to 4? 1. I'm not sure where I'm at 4. Did I just drop that to 4? I think I did. I was at 5. I dropped that to 4. About to say, because I know I've not taken 3 horrors. I know I've taken this once and probably 1 other thing earlier. All right. So for the last action, I don't know if I want to leave him there all by himself. I don't know if I want to leave him by himself. Because he may get something that needs attacked. I don't think I do. So we're going to use the last action to play emergency cash and get 3 resources. All right. That's that. No baddies. Upkeep, upkeep. Go to 2. Go to 5. Draw a card. And, oh. For my next trick, Dexter Drake only, search your deck for spell or item asset and play it, reducing its cost by 2. Ooh. Oh, well, see, I want this. So I should have another Cosmic Flame, though. Should have another Cosmic Flame. All right. So we're adding a Enfuego. Enfuego aquí, which causes us to add a flame to the nearest location, which is, of course, the location we are currently standing in. We are on fire! All right. That's what it is. All right. Now we need to both head to the library. Do we want to do anything else besides head to the library? So, doesn't matter who goes first. The library is going to get on fire next. she's got this stupid thing still. So if we did one move, she got a free move. Yeah, so we're going to have, or him. I keep saying her because I keep seeing the assists and the allies have all been female. And when I was playing it, this was the windy hand, so it was a her last time. All right. We'll go ahead and spend 2 actions, get rid of this stupid thing. Again, I don't think I'll need more clues, but maybe I will. And then we spend another action to go here. And we use the free action to go here. All right. So that works like that. All right. Oh, I forgot. When I did that investigation, I had +1 anyways. I forgot about that. So, spend 2 actions to go 1, 2. And then I think we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to do, for my next trick, we're going to go get a spell or an item. Cloak, lucky cigarette. After you succeeded a skill test by 2 or more, draw a card. I think I want my cosmic flame. I mean, I've got a cosmic flame in my hand, but I think that's what I want because I feel like we're gonna need to attack things. Where I got my necrocomic neck. Oh, this is my weakness. Definitely don't want that. Event, no. Gem, we could get Gem. Gives me +1 willpower. After you take damage and or horror, exhaust him to draw a card. Prestidigitation. It's a trick, not a spell. Ward of Protection, that's an event. Second Sight. I've already got that in play. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Imagine I'm supposed to shuffle after that? Yeah, shuffle your deck. Alright. So, we get to reduce it by 1 to put it into play. And that has 3 counters. I have the option to use my ability, which would allow me to bring 1 back, but right now I got too many counters. I don't feel like that's needed. Dex needs a water spell. Yes. Why does Dex not know a water spell? He needs to get that I hate saying that word. Necrocomicon? No, the Comic-Con is the place you go with comics. Necronomicon? So yeah, so we'll do that as his last action. All right. No baddies. Refresh. Refresh. Draw cards. She's up to 6 resources. She has got plenty of resources to play things. I just haven't played anything. Yeah. Yeah, discover 1 clue. That's not going to do me any good. Yeah. I just haven't had anything to spend her. I mean, I've got this endurance, but again, I haven't had to spend it on that either. So, so now this goes up to 2. Oops, hang on. At the end of the round, so upkeep phase, end of the round, we spend our clues to progress. You find Dr. Armitage barricaded in one of the library's lecture halls. Some of the campuses have been acting strangely. Some on the campus have been acting strangely lately. Your friend among them. But all of those, all of that, all of that can wait. There was something on the card. We must confront your pursuer and stop them before the entire campus burns, Dr. Armitage says. Put the set aside Dr. Armitage into play under any investigator's control. So he gets +1/+1. So it gives you +1 of each. Investigate and willpower. His willpower is really low. His investigate's really low. So I'm kind of like, eh. The thing is with the investigate, I've got this card to do my investigate. The first action you perform each round does not provoke attacks of opportunity. I don't know who to put him under. Don't know who he should. Necronomicon. Yeah, okay, there you go. Thanks, David. David had to put it spelled out that way. Let's give it to Joe. I mean, I could use him as a shield for Dexter because Dexter ain't doing so well. Okay. Put the set aside Servant of Flame enemy into play at the quad. Place 3 times the number of players' clues on the quad. So he came back. The cat came back the very next day. The problem is we have to go there because they're going to be fire here. And fuego. Place 3 times the number of players' clues. So that will be 6 clues. Or if we want to stick with the thematic fire theme here, 6 clues. There we go. Fire theme. All right. The lead investigator must search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 times the number of players' copies of fire and draw them. Everything's on fire. So 2 fires. 1 fire. 2 fires. And we're going to add a fire because of that. Everything's on fire. So it really doesn't matter where I put these because everything is going to be on fire here. Yay! You're on fire. You're on fire. You're on fire. Everything is on fire. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. All right. Oh, no, hang on. No, because that was on, yeah. Shit. Yeah. So our last objective, your fiery nemesis can't be allowed to hurt more innocents. With Dr. Armitage's help, perhaps you can stop them. As a instant action, spend 1 times the number of investigator clues as a group to deal 1 times the number of investigators damage to an enemy at your location. Okay, so we can spend 2 clues to do 2 damage. Why don't they just say spend 1 clue to do 1 damage? Fire! Time to sing a campfire song. Roast some s'mores. We'll roast some s'mores. Like, why didn't they just say spend 1 clue to do 1 damage? And it has to be at your location too. So that's the other problem. He's going to come hunt us down before we have any clues. We'll get clues there. So we're both basically going to go there, try to get clues. This is 6. And we need 10. So we have 6, 7. That's only 8 clues. Oh, we could do regular attacks, I guess, too. I'm about to say, how else would you beat him? Because there's only 8 clues left. Resign. You flee the burning campus that does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Objective. The Servant of Flame is defeated. Advance. I can tell you, if we do not defeat that Servant of Flame, he's going to keep coming back every single round until we finally defeat him. Do I have any victory points yet? He can't be the only victory points. No victory there. Oh, here. Victory 1, 2. Oh, luckily this one didn't have victory, so we were good with the 2 we did. We have 2 victory points. No. Did I put something in here that had victory on it? No. So, we would have 2 XP just because of that. We beat him, we get another 2, so we'd have 4 XP. I think I'm looking at all that right. Yeah. So if we get rid of him, we get 4 XP. He does a lot of damage. I'm thinking Joe is going to have to go up there first because of that. All right. Their round. So we haven't even gotten to their round turn yet. So that goes there. We should have one more fire. Don't we have one more fire? There it is. There it is, as Lucita says. There it is. That's just nasty. Look at all that. All right. And you get a card. And you get a card. So luckily both of them can investigate pretty good. It's only a 1, so that's actually nice. It's only a 1, so it's easy to get the clues. And then I can get 2 clues here. Joe does not get extra clues. I'm kind of weird why Joe doesn't get extra clues. Because that's his whole shtick. Alright. Alright, nauseous smoke. Revelation. Test willpower or agility 3. Take 1 damage. Well, I'm currently at 5. So we will draw one of these bad boys. -2, which is 3, which means I still pass. Still good. All right. Joe. Cosmic evils. Peril. You must either take a doom to the current agenda. Yeah, we're going to do that. Unfortunately, we can't do more fire because we have fire everywhere. So the fire doesn't do anything. Fantastic Floor crossover. I think the Human Torch, I believe I've seen him in comics, he can actually absorb fire. Like it's a big flame, he can absorb it. All right, so because he's going to be beating the snot out of us unless we spend our last action to evade and just keep having him evade at the end of each turn. So Dexter can evade the best. Problem is, as soon as he moves in there, he's going to become engaged. Let's see here. I thought I saw something that says, and he's not hurt by normal fire. Yeah. Oh, what to do? Because I thought I saw a card that said that we could perform the thing and it wouldn't impact our... Yeah, it doesn't do an attack of opportunity, crime scene investigation. All right, so yeah, I think we are going to have to go with Joe first, because then I can play this card as my first... Oh, no, my first action is a move. Oh, that sucks. Again, I do have Dr. Henry as a human shield. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. All right. which means we won't be able to play this till the next turn. And then the fire is going to make us take, which means we need to do a test 3 to get rid of that. But we will already be engaged, so Dexter is going to have to do that. But I will have the manual dexterity to help him. All right. Here we go. All right, so we're going to go up here. Which causes him to engage. Then we are going to, now that we're engaged, you know, not really who we want to be engaged to. If we do any actions, he's going to attack us. So I'm not sure how to do this. So if we do anything, he's going to attack us. Which again, I guess we get to have the good doc take the attack. Could have the good doc take the attack. And then we could, you know, no, this one. So does he do an attack of opportunity on this one? He has retaliate. He attacks me anyways. Does retaliate only on an attack? Or is it anytime he takes damage? Oh no, sorry. The retaliate is if an investigator fails a skill test. Did I take damage on him earlier after I attacked? I did. Oh, he didn't fail the skill test. So technically, he should be still at 5 and 7. So it's if you fail the skill test to attack him. Now the question is, a free trigger does not cost an action to use the ability. I get that. But does it cause the attack of opportunity? And where is attack of opportunity? Really put the attack of opportunity at. There you go. Attack of opportunity, page 17. Enemy phase, no. Damage, no. Upkeep, no. Where's the attack? It said go to 17. Fight, evade. I can't remember what does an attack of opportunity. Does a free action trigger attack of opportunity? Okay. The investigator is engaged with one or more enemies performing any action other than evade, fight, or activating an ability on their parlay or resign. Designator in its text causes it enemy to attack the investigator. So that is not saying I am. It says performs any action. A free action is not an action. Because your actions is draw a card, gain a resource, activate. Activate, which is a trigger ability. Play, move, investigate, engage, evade, fight, parlay, or resign, which all require activation. Right? But that is a free action, which is not the same. Because like that wouldn't be very fair, right? Because then I would have to keep performing an action and then keep getting hit every time we spin the clues. You know what I mean? All right, let me see if they have the keyword in the back. Attack of opportunity. Each time investigator is engaged, does something other than fight. I mean, that's technically a fight action, right? I mean, if we're spending resources to do damage, wouldn't that be a fight action? Investigator triggers the attack of opportunity. Attack of opportunity made immediately. Ability costs more than one action, only provokes one. So let's see. Let's go see if they got anything in the free action. No. I'm going with no, because otherwise that would kind of fully defeat the way to defeat him, right? Here we go. A triggered ability is immediately prefaced by the squiggly icon, or a... Okay, so it's one... The ability has one or more prerequisites. These abilities may be triggered as a player ability during any player window. Yeah, they're just calling that an ability. I'm taking that as an attack. I'm just going to treat it as an attack because I don't see how else you would interpret that, because you would take, before you could ever attack him, because you can only spin 2 clues at a time. You can hear Attack of the Opera. Yeah, because you'd only be able to spend 2 clues per turn, right? And then he's going to do 2 damage per turn, which means in order to do the 12 damage, right, you would need way more than you would have clues to do that. So I think we're going to investigate to try to get those clues. Can I get... But again, I don't have an extra clue. Oh, hang on. It says the first action I perform each round is not... Well, that wasn't my first action. My first action was moving. Dang it! I kind of needed him to come down here. We just attack him twice? I mean, this is my clue getter, though. The next turn, I'll be able to do this, which also will not trigger because of this. He's going to attack twice, which means I'm going to have to take a damage on this next turn. But if we have him take it once, and me take it again, that'll put me at 4 and 2. I could evade him right now, and then he won't do anything. And it says at your location, which means he doesn't have to be engaged with me to be at my location, because we're all here, right? So maybe I evade him? Yeah, let's invade him. Let's invade him, so then it stuns him. It kind of stuns him. All right, so we're going to evade. So we need 4. We got 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to spend a resource. I've been wondering about like spending his resources. So that's 5, 6. We're at 6 on a 4 to evade. All right. All right. This is the action we're taking, is evade action. -3 puts us at 3. So we failed the evade. When you fail... Fails when attacking. Dang it. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I have no other way to boost it besides my endurance. Yeah, he didn't give me plus evade. All right, we're gonna try to evade again, but I don't have anything to boost it this time. So we're currently at 4. This may be a whole waste of a turn now, unfortunately. There we go. That's 5. Plus we get to draw a card. So that evaded him. He goes back. He is now exhausted. Oh, jeez. All right. Unfortunately, I wasted all my turns, so I can't even do a free investigation. All right. Dexter is going to use 1 to move. And then Dexter is going to have to get rid of that fire. So, unfortunately, we are... What do I have to do? I need a 3. He is 3. I have no cards to improve that. We would take 1 damage if I leave that there. So will Henry. Henry will take a damage. We need the clues. We're gonna... The problem is I'm just gonna add the fire back. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep adding the fire back. So there's no point in removing that fire. Well, I'll add the fire back, but then it means every single turn I gotta remove the fire again. To not take the damage. We need the clues. We have to get the clues. Have to get the clues. Let's get the clues. Yeah, we're just going to get the clues. So we're going to investigate with our willpower. We're just going to take the damage until we can't take the damage anymore. And at that point, then we can just run away if we had to. But we need the clues. So, we're going to spend that action to do the second sight. So we are at 5. We'll use Jim for 6. Oh, hang on. We only need 1, right? Oh, geez. Why am I... Forgot. It's an investigate 1. They made it, like, almost impossible for you not to succeed. -2. We're still good. We will spend 1 of our resources to get 2. All right. So we are at 2. Do I just do that again and then do like 1 big attack? Yeah, let's do it again. And then -1. Good. So 2, which gives him 4. Oh, I forgot. It's a free action. So now as a free action, I'm going to spend the 4 to do 4 damage to Butthead. Butthead. So he was at 10. So that takes him down to 6. All right, so we are going to have to actually hit him, I think, at some point. All right, so this goes here. This goes here. The fire is when? In the investigation phase, we each take 1 damage. All right, so let's put us at 4. Let's put at 5. And that puts the good doctor at 2. All right. Yeah. So we're doing our refresh, upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 more resource right here. 1 more resource right here. All right. Baddie's turn. Unexhaust. Oh no, the baddies already went. He was exhausted. Okay. Upkeep. Go here. Fires are all out. 1 for you. 1 for you. She went first. I guess we'll do it in order. Wild Compulsion. Test 3 for each point you fail. You discard a card or lose 1 resource. So 3. He's only at 2. So we'll go ahead and use Guts. So that puts him at 4. Alright. And that's automatic failure. So automatic failure, I guess I failed by 3? Right? Because how does that work? I guess it's setting me at 0. An automatic failure puts me at 0. So we'll just say I failed by 3. So we'll just take his resources down to 2. I'm guessing. I do a lot of guessing in this game. Hellhound, Hunter, Force. When Hellhound attacks you during the enemy phase, choose and discard 1 card you control. Alright. Well. So. Does he engage us now? Since we're already in the location? Engage. There's no engage. Engage. Here we go. Engage is basic action. Investigator using the action engages 1 enemy in their location. Either not currently engaged with investigator. Okay. To engage an enemy. The engage action is particularly effective in dealing with aloof enemies. Alright. So Hunter and Prey indicates when an investigator and enemy will engage or pursue if there are multiple equally valid options. Oh, okay. Hunter. At the start of the enemy phase, each hunter moves 1 location towards the nearest investigator. When does the... So where does it say? Because somebody told me that in the previous game. It's like, no, when you go to a location, they automatically become engaged with you. But this doesn't say that. Maybe it's under move? Flip the location. Yeah, why did somebody say when you go to a location, it engages with you automatically? I'm not seeing that. Fight, parlay, resign. Enemy phase. If an enemy moves to a location with 1 or more investigators, that enemy immediately... Okay, so if they move, it engages. Doesn't say that if we move, it engages. So I'm guessing somebody told me wrong in one of the previous streams. Because I've always thought it that if I go to a location, it engages with me. Fancy meeting you at this bar. I guess we're engaged now. You have some high expectations about what bar life is like. All right, so I couldn't read anything that says he engaged with us 1 hour turn. So we're going to keep going. We know we can do 2 damage to him. We can do 2 more damage to him. So we're going to do Joe first, because Joe's got Doc, which means... I mean, he's not engaged, so now that attack of opportunity means absolutely nothing. But we do have this. So we're going to use the last 2 resources that Joe had to play this.
play as our first action. Discover 1 clue at your location. 2, if there's an enemy at the location. There is. So we get 2 clues. And does not provoke an attack of opportunity, which didn't matter because he's not engaged with us. So, then we're going to use these 2 clues as a free action to do 2 more damage. Takes him down to 4. Can we attack a non... That's a free action to do damage. Now, to attack, do they need to be engaged? I guess is now the next question. Fight. Basic action, investigator using action attacks 1 enemy that is at their current location. Investigator performs a combat test against the fight. It doesn't say I need to be engaged. Now, aloof does not engage investigator on its own accord, and it cannot be attacked unless it is engaged. So he's not aloof, so therefore we can attack him at the location. Is how I'm reading that. That's how I'm reading it. He doesn't need to be engaged. So, Joe did 1 action. So Joe has 2 more actions. Joe is going to wail away on the baddie. Because I have no more clues to obtain. Yeah, I have no more clues to obtain. So, we are going to do a vicious blow. All right, so we're going to attack. Our attack is 4. What do we need to be? We need to be over 4. So 4. We're going to do vicious blow so we can do 1 extra damage. So 5. We're going to overpower, which is 6, 7. Do I want to go all out? 6, 7, 8, 9. I can do 9. All right, 7. The most it could be is a -3 or a complete fail. Right? So I think 7 is enough. I think 7 is enough. So we're going to go with his action, because I'm going to save this for a second attack if I have to. So we have 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, actually, I was going to say spend a resource. I have no resources. So I'm at 7. All right. So 7 on 4. Plus 1. So that is... Woo! Get back in there. Plus 1. We need you. So that is 8. And we do 2 damage. All right. And that was successful, so we get to draw a card. It is Dorothy. Good old Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy. Yeah. One last action. We're gonna Hail Mary this, because I mean, nothing else I can do. We're gonna Hail Mary. We're gonna do 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna do 6. Yeah, 6 on 4. 6 on 4 for 1 damage. Squid is -3, so that is a fail. So I'm going to fail by 1, so the bad thing doesn't happen, but he does retaliate. So he's going to do 2 and 2. Goodbye, good doctor. Parting is such sweet sorrow, good doctor. All right. That's fine. We got Drake here. Ooh! Salute. All right. So, we do have our Cosmic Flame. Our Cosmic Flame does +1 damage. We are going to do that. That is what we're going to do. This puts us at 5. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have to take 1 horror. We're at 10. We're at 10 on 4. The only thing that can stop this, is that stupid auto fail. Should I invest that much? No, let's not invest our 3. Let's keep a backup. We'll keep a backup. So we're at 5, 6, 7. We're at 7. We're at 7 on 4. Is a table flip. Yeah, the auto fail is a table flip. There we go. +1. That's a success. Use our cosmic flame. There we go. That is another 2. He is defeated. He goes to our victory pile. All right. So, objective. If the servant of the flame is defeated, we just defeated him. We had 2 more actions we didn't even use. Flip this over. All right. Your nightmare's pursuer reels back, clutching both hands to their head, as if trying to pry their mask off. The sound of the sirens in the distance grows louder. You turn to see a gaggle of terrified students rush past you. When you turn your attention back to your flaming nemesis, they have vanished into the air. We get to read R1 on page 4. 7 on 4 is the sweet spot. Yeah, it seems like, because most of the stuff is -3 at that point. This is a -3, and then that was a -3. So, page 4. I was just trying to go, all out. R1. Resolution 1. Mayhem unfolds as dozens of students work together to fight the raging inferno. Your mind races with a flurry of questions. Who was your pursuer? What did the hooded figures patrolling the campus actually want? And where is your friend? Dr. Armitage places one hand on your shoulder, startling you. If we hope to find your friend and the kidnapper, we must leave now. I'll explain everything on the way. You look at the students fighting barely against the blaze, and at the head librarian. You could stay to help, but it would cost you precious time. In your campaign log, record the investigators defeated their pursuer. Choose investigator, become the bearer of Dr. Henry Armitage's story asset. Add that card, which we'll just keep it where it is. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value on each card in the victory display. Each investigator earns 3 bonus experience if they reflect on the events of the night. Oh, okay, so we get 3 bonus experience for reflecting on the night. I don't know what that means. Is it just a joke? I guess it's just a joke. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, reflecting on the events of the night. What does that mean? And the investigators must decide, choose one. Stay and fight the fire, proceed to resolution 2. There's no time, we have to go. Skip to resolution 3. All right, so do you guys want me to do resolution 2 or resolution 3? Are we going to stop the fire, or there's no time, we have to go? Final Fantasy playing in the background. No, this is some audio that I created for background music, so I'd stop getting copyright strikes. They are available to members. That's something I don't mention that often, but the members on YouTube for our channel have access to these tracks. I haven't uploaded the last set of tracks that I created. Well, Reflect on the Night, storytelling RPG. Yeah, probably. I don't know if it ever talks about that. I think it's just flavor text. Like, nowhere in here does it talk about reflecting on the night. Peril, surge, doomed, retaliate. Yeah. Nothing talks about reflecting on the night. Trauma, earning experience, campaign log. Smoke and mirrors. All right, so. Shadow says we should put out the fire. Okay, we'll put out the fire. All right, so put out the fire, resolution 2. Your eyes stinging from the arid smokes make you work hand in hand with the others to quench the hungry flames. You manage to hold the flames at bay until the Arkham Fire Department arrives on the scene. With the situation under control, you hasten to meet up with Dr. Armitage. In your campaign log, record investigators save the university. Each investigator earns 1 bonus experience, but suffers 1 physical trauma from the burns that we sustained. Proceed to scenario 2. All right, so the other choice. Sorry, David, it's I've already read it, but the other choice was to just leave and let the, I guess, university burn down. I don't know. I'm not going to read that. That is for you to find out on your own, as Rodney Smith would say. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 experience. So we have 8 experience. So these are the cards, according to the deck that I had said to get. So we can just power up our cosmic we can power up our cosmic flame all the way, pretty much. Because we would pay 5, because this was a 0. No, we pay the difference. It's always worth 1. So this would be 4, right? So we could upgrade one of our cosmic flames. We could spend all 8 and upgrade both of our cosmic flames. Basically, the difference is we get 4. I'll put these over here for a minute. We get 4 charges. So it's 4 charges instead of 3. We get 2 more icons. We get a wild and a willpower. You get +2 willpower when you use this as a fight action. You deal 1 damage for this attack. If you succeed, spend a charge. So we automatically also get to do +1 damage. And then you can spend a charge to do another damage. So this would actually equal 3 damage per turn. That seems good. The other card he says to add is this Fearless. So Fearless is a 2 willpower card. Innate Developed. If this skill test is successful, heal 1 horror, 2 horror instead if it succeeds by 2 or more. So that kind of makes sense because he's taking on horror. He's supposed to take on horror. I really like the new cloak. I could do 1 of each because it would be 4, 5, 6, 7. Or no, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could put both Fearless in and do 1 Cosmic Flame. So we could do this or we could do this. Not sure. This Cosmic Flame, that's really powerful. I don't know how much horror we're going to be taking on the next thing. Let me see. What am I supposed to replace these Fearless with? So the Fearless, I would get rid of... Okay, so he says actually get the Cosmic Flame to replace a Cosmic Flame, then replace Unexpected Courage with a Fearless, and then Cosmic Flame for Cosmic Flame. Okay, so he's saying I should do this, and then we can either save the other 2, or I can just go ahead and go this. I think I'm just going to go that, and then this we'll do the next time. I think that's what we're going to do. So he says replace a 8 seems low. You got XP from 3 sources. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got the 3 for reflecting, so that's 7, and then we got the 1 bonus for putting out the fire, so 8. It is low. I mean, you only usually get probably about 10 to 15 per total scenarios. All right, so we need to find our Unexpected Courage. I guess we already used them all. Guts. There we go. Unexpected Courage. Unexpected Courage. Okay. So we're going to replace our Unexpected Courages. Oh, I sleeved these cards so I didn't have to do this. So we're going to replace our Unexpected Courages. So let's go back in the box with the 2 Fearless. And then we're going to replace one of our flames with the better flame. All right. So that is that one. And then for Joe, it recommends these 4. So it says put Charisma in first. So Charisma will cost us 3. Studious would be another 3. Unbridled Knowledge would cost us 5. It gives us 2 new knowledge, a wild. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. 8 cards if you control 2 or more clues. Draw 3 of them. Place the rest of these cards on the top of your bottom deck. Okay, so you get to hunt your deck. Studious, you begin each game with 1 additional card in your opening hand. Okay, so this is a permanent. This is just in setup. You get 1 additional card in your opening hand. So let me see what was the recommendation on this list. Joe Diamond. So it says do the dexterity. Then it says do the unbridled knowledge next. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll do the unbridled. We'll do these two. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all 8 that we have. Let's put that back. And then so charisma. Oh, he didn't say what charisma replaces. What goes down to a 1? Everything's still a 2. Do permanents not count against your hand limit? Do permanents not count against your hand limit? I don't know. Charisma allows you to soak up horror. Because they're getting rid of manual dexterity for unbridled knowledge. Because that's not a permanent. So I guess permanent doesn't count towards your hand limit. Why wouldn't you just get a whole bunch of permanents then? Okay. Because it doesn't say what to replace. So I'm guessing that's the reason why. Is because permanents don't count towards your hand limit. Because the total deck is 36 cards once it's all said and done. In Charisma, it's ×1, and then there's no other one to go against it. So that doesn't go against our hand limit. And then we're going to replace manual dexterity with our unbridled knowledge. All right, it's manual dexterity. So that one in. Charisma will start next game in. All this goes here. All this goes here. All this goes here. Is he permanent? Let me check. See, is the doc permanent? Do I have to find him? Where'd the doc go? Doc is not permanent, so I do have to find him again. All right, so that is that. That is that, guys. I think that's how we'll do it. 3 + 5 is a better deal than 3 + 3 and wasted 2. No, you don't waste any. It just carries over to the next one. So we wouldn't have wasted any if we don't use it all. Man, who did I not spend it all on? 4. What did I do? Now you got me confused, David. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we're good. We still spent 8 both ways. All right. You thought I made me think I didn't spend everything. All right, guys. So that is that playthrough. We will be back at 12. Yeah, like David said right there, we will be back at 12. Again, if you want to support Extra Life charities, link is always down below in our link tree. You can go out and make donations just to make donations. You can go out and make donations to do our Calling for Charity. Or, of course, this week we are doing a board game bundle giveaway, which will include about 5 different games from our collection. What those games are, not 100% sure because that is up to you. So basically, you're going to go through all of our Culling games. Plus, I do have a couple other games laying around that I feel like I'll probably add to the chopping block. So I would let you know that if you win. Either way, guys, that is that. We will be back at 12. Exclamation point Extra Life for David. There you go. There is the link to the link tree. Again, we appreciate all the donations we've got this year. We're at 706. Get to 1,000, we get our pretty little medal. Do $100 during April. We get a pretty little bag for all these dice, these wonderful dice that I'm using. If we get to $2,000, we'll throw a party. I don't know what we'll do at $2,000. I don't think we've ever hit the $2,000. So that is a goal. If we do 6,000 during a single year, which is probably not likely, it'll probably be at least another year. Pizza party. There we go. We would be able to get our platinum medal for 10,000 a lifetime. Either way, guys, I appreciate everybody coming out, joining me in chat. I've got 10 minutes to get this next game set up. So we will be back in a minute.